Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Haley if you are new, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm super glad you guys are here. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you click on that subscribe button because you do not want to miss. I have videos that come out every single week covering all aspects of lifestyle, health, beauty, wellness, but today we are going to be talking about college. Little backstory on me. I started college right after high school and I love college. So if I were to go back to school, there are definitely some things that I would have done differently, and I want to share my top 10 tips and college hacks with you guys, so that way even if you're already in school, maybe you're a freshman or you're a senior, you can still apply these tips for your own life. So let's get started with number 1. So safety was always an issue when I was at school because I lived in a city. My dorm was, well, I didn't live in a dorm, I lived in an apartment, and I had to walk from my apartment to class. Now I lived in a city that was pretty dangerous and I didn't feel comfortable during the day, and so when I had night classes I especially didn't feel comfortable. And most campuses have some kind of security system, but you can't always count on them to be around when you need it or get a ride or anything like that. So there's this app called SafeTrek, and it was developed by college students for college students. I wish I would have had this when I was there because it would have saved me so many times. I had been in some really weird, sticky situations, but this app is perfect if you are somebody who walks to your classes, especially if you have night classes. This is the app that you want, so I'm going to walk you through it real quick. So you can download this app for iOS and Android. You can also use it on your Apple Watch, which is super convenient. But what you do is when you're going wherever you're going, you will launch the app and hold down the button. So when you're holding down the button, it will wait for you to be cleared as safe. So once you are in a safe situation, you can release the app. It will then ask you to put in your PIN number, and if you do not put in your PIN number, it will notify the police. If you research campus crimes, it is an alarming amount of crimes that happen within the actual student body even. And if you can prevent it, then please, please, please be precautious. And if you have to be by yourself, especially if you're a girl, I would recommend traveling with someone. But if you are in a situation where you're by yourself, please download this app. Launch the app when you're going somewhere. It saves you the question of, should I call the police? Do I need help? It just is a little bit more reassurance, and it's just something that you don't have to worry as much about. So I will have links down below where you guys can download SafeTrek if you are interested. Even if you're not a college student, this is great. If you work in the city, or if you are someone who travels a lot at night, or whatever it is, and you just don't feel like you're in a comfortable position, launch the app, hold down the button, wait till you're safe, and then continue with the prompts as directed. So that is my first tip. The second thing I wish I would have done better when I was in school was to communicate with my teachers more effectively. I was a little bit intimidated by them. I felt like a number, and they're there to help you, so make sure that you stay in communication with them before you feel like you're in trouble, because they're going to be more inclined to help somebody who from the get-go is communicating, whether you're emailing them or you meet with them at the beginning of the year. Get to know them, so that way if you do have a chance where you need to talk to them, they're going to want to help you because you're already kind of established that relationship with them. Number 3 is to bring a bicycle to campus. It will save you money, it'll save you time, and it's a great way to get exercise. And that's actually my next tip, which is there's no excuse for the freshman 15. But if you can bring a bike, I highly recommend it. Or you can even get one off of Craigslist when you get to wherever your campus is for an inexpensive cost, because if you take the bus a lot, it'll add up, and if you're walking, you run the risk of being late somewhere, and sometimes you just don't want to walk. So try getting a bike. And the next tip is to not have any excuse for gaining the freshman 15. Campuses nowadays have plenty of options that are healthy for you. There is always a gym on campus most likely that you will have access to. So don't let the freshman 15 feel like something that is going to happen to you, because you can totally avoid it. This next tip I am completely guilty of. Do not buy your books at the bookstore. I spent so much money buying my books, and then to have them not even be used, it was just, it was heartbreaking. So try to either rent your books, or you can see if your college has a Facebook group. I'm sure that they do, most colleges do nowadays, where they're buying and selling the books. So do that before you splurge on brand new books. Now this one is something that I did use. I loved using my student ID to its full advantages. So many places offer discounts for college students. You can get cash back rewards when you shop. Even some like online retailers will do that for you guys. But you know, as a college student, you're trying to save your money, so you know, use that ID. Okay, college freshmen, this is for you, and if you are not a college freshman and you haven't done this yet, you really need to get on this. Start looking for internships immediately, because you want to have your foot in the door. You want to create relationships and network with people, so that way when it's time to really get a job, you've already got your foot in the right direction. I just said foot like 2 times with 2 different metaphors. What the heck? So if you've already established relationships with people, maybe they know more people, you're just kind of creating good momentum for when you do get into the job world and you can get a real job. You've already got some internships under your belt and have made the right connections. It's also important to do this your freshman year, because you can also do what's called job shadowing, like an apprenticeship, and it might be in a field that you're not really sure about, or you might get put into something that's a little off of your major, and it could actually persuade you, or you might find a new interest and you may change your major. And it's okay to change your major, especially if you're a freshman. I know people who have changed their major like 5 times, so don't feel bad about it, but it's cool to try new things, so that way you don't get stuck into something that at the end of the day you might not really love to do. Immerse yourself in some other things that are outside of your major, like joining different clubs, learning a new skill. A lot of people take up coding, which is something I've been trying to learn as well. It's a very in-demand skill, and you can always use it in any job field because everybody needs websites, and especially with how much the internet is a part of our lives these days. So try learning a new job skill. There's a really high percentage that you may not get a job in your major right away when you first graduate, and if you have another skill, it's going to help you find a job, which means if you want a job, you need a resume. So when you are a freshman, make that resume, use all of your credentials from high school, all your leadership positions, any kind of high honors that you had. Make that resume, have it ready to go, so that way when you are applying for a job, you are well prepared. There is no doubt that college is hard. There's no doubt that I think it was harder than high school. The first week of college for me, I was so overwhelmed because I was like, this is an insane amount of work due in a crazy amount of time. Oh my gosh. And I remember getting some of my first projects back, and I was in art school, so everything was really critiqued and you're up against other people and you just feel like so overwhelmed. And I remember being like, I'm gonna need to work my butt off. I'm gonna need extra credit. I need to ace everything. And the problem with college is that things can be graded differently. Like an A when I was in high school ends up being like an A minus in college. So, you know, it affects your GPA, and those 10 points will make a difference. So, you know, if you can do extra credit, I highly recommend trying to do that. So you get to the end of the year or the end of the semester and you have had a few missed points here and there. Doing that extra credit will bump you up just enough to keep you in that good range. So just a quick recap, you guys need to make sure that you are doing everything you can. Take the precautions to stay safe. Your safety and your well-being is never, you know, too much. So please check out Safe Trek if you guys are someone who is traveling a lot with your class schedule. Also, make sure that you take the necessary steps before you go to school, get all of your supplies and try to save some money, and also make sure that you have everything that you need so that way you're getting to class on time like a bike. Don't forget to stay in communication with your teachers and stay on top of your work, and do not put off. I hope you guys found all of these tips helpful. Like I said, I will have the link for Safe Trek down below. I use this even though I'm not in school. If I'm ever in the city and I just want that reassurance, I will pull up this app. It's a lifesaver, literally. So please check that out, guys. I can't wait to be sharing my winter and holiday content with you guys. Oh, I love Christmas. I just bought a Christmas tree and I'm thinking of doing a DIY video on it, so let me know if you guys want to see that down below. Also, for the holidays, Thanksgiving is this week and I cannot wait to eat all the food. So if you guys have purchased the Fit for Fall guide already, thank you. I will have it down below so you guys can have macro-friendly recipes for the holiday season. But I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to follow on social media. So I have my Instagram over here, Hale's Health Instagram, and my main account, and of course Snapchat, because you do not want to miss my daily endeavors. They're so exciting. So exciting. Get to see my cat and my food, the occasional workout. My life is so fun. What else? Most likely get to see giveaway stuff before I give it away to you, for you. You guys get to see behind the scenes sneak peek stuff. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Also, because it is almost December, that means that finals are coming up for a lot of you students, so I will have new study videos for you guys. Tell me down below if there's anything particular you guys want to see, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!